Hello guys, and welcome again to another online session with ABC Council. Guys, today's video is a short video just demonstrating what we can do with resistance bands if we have them at home. And just remember guys, any moves that we're going to do today, just your health and safety. Anything that causes any discomfort, any pain guys, or just too difficult, just cease from doing them guys. Today we're going to be doing all upper body, just with our long loop bands and our nice wee easy light band as well for a bit of shoulder work. And again guys, remember, hopefully we'll be able to add this on and do a whole session where we'll be able to do our legs, core and upper body, doing a whole session with resistance bands. But for today, we're just doing demonstrations. Guys, starting off, we're going to be working our traps, okay? So, we're going to do a side on view for you. We're going to bring that band just underneath each feet. And we want to have our feet, guys, about shoulder width apart. Now from here I want you to slide the hands down and I want you to push the hips out behind you, keep the knees nice and soft. I want you to make sure you've got a nice flat back, we're not rounded, with a nice flat back with our shoulders pulled back, with our head in a neutral position. Now from here, make sure the thumbs are facing away from you, just up in this down position. So we've done a wee deadlift guys. Now from here, we're going to start to shrug up, the wee squeeze at the top and lower. So breathing out as you lift. And that wee squeeze, breathe in as you return. Try and keep them knees nice and soft. You squeeze and return. Push them hips out behind you and return guys, back to that starting position. If it was too easy, slide the hands down guys. Set yourself up again, make sure you've got a nice flat back, head in that neutral position, drive up again. A wee bit more tension this time, up to the top. And back down. Bring those shoulders up towards the ears. We squeeze at the top. Breathe in, return. One more. Bring yourself back in that starting position and relax guys. So let's start off guys working our traps. Now we're going to do a wee bit for our lower back, so we're going to do some deadlifts. Keeping our feet in the exact same position. Bring those hands down guys again to a position where you've got a bit of tension. Push those hips out behind you. Soften those knees again. Now from here again, keeping that head in that neutral position, that wee deadlift we done to get in for the traps, we're going to just exactly do the same move. So up we come, breathing out here, breathing in, pushing them hips behind, keeping a nice flat back. Okay, when we come to do it again, add a wee bit of tension off, you feel that was too easy. And again, push them hips out, up we go. We squeeze at the top. Push them hips out behind us, using your lower back to pull you through. Breathe in here, breathing out, right through, and relax guys. So guys, that's a wee bit of work for our lower back using the band. Now we're going to do work for our lats using the band. And this time we're going to have our feet closer together. I want you to push your hips out behind you, soften those knees in again. And then give a bit more of a bend in the knees in this one. Keep the head in that neutral position again, thumbs up towards the ceiling, and we're rolling that band in and back. We squeeze here and back in. Now, I'm going to do a wee front view of it. If that was again too easy, get those hands a wee bit lower down. Push them hips out behind you. Nice soft knees, keeping them knees bent actually. Put them right through and we squeeze. And that's your back row guys. Another version of your back row will be sitting down onto the mat. So we're going to have this around the sole of the feet. And again, we want to make sure our back's nice and straight. We don't want to be sitting with our back rounded. We're going to bring our hips forward, nice and straight backs guys, with our shoulders peeled back, thumbs facing towards the ceiling, and we're rolling in guys. Breathe in here, breathing out. And again, if it's a wee bit too easy, creep those hands down that band. Keep that position guys, nice and strict, and roll our way through again. Breathe in here, breathing out. Breathe in and return, breathing out. And that's our two versions that we can do for our row using our long loop band. So guys, we're going to move on to our shoulders. We're going to do our first one with this band. Bringing our feet back in that same position we had for the first two moves. Feet hip width apart, nice soft knees. Bring our hands in closer together, knuckles facing away and our thumbs facing towards the ceiling this time. So this one's called our upright row, all hitting the front of the shoulders. Bring those elbows up, thumbs towards the chin, breathing out there. Make sure we aren't lifting and we've got our arms down in this position here. Make sure those elbows are up higher than the hands. And that's your upright row, guys, hitting the front of the delt. Now we're going to set this band out of the way for a wee minute, and we're going to be working this wee band here, just for a few moves for our shoulders. So in this one, continuing on with the front of the delt, if you find this one catching in any way, we're going to have this just one side, other foot just keeping you in balance. Okay, so our knuckles facing towards the ceiling, up nice and tall, and all we're doing is raising to the front. It's going to feel a wee bit easier, a lot less tension, raising right up to the front, and on that wee squeeze as you raise up the front, you'll feel that in the front of the shoulder. And again, if that feels too easy, just walk through that band, do the exact same move, just with a wee bit more tension. And that wee squeeze at the top. And that's finishing off, guys, for the front of the shoulders. Now we're going to move on to the side delt, so I'm going to do two different versions. One, we're going to have one foot just in the middle. We've got again our knuckles facing away, we're up nice and tall, and these are our wee short lateral raises. Okay? So from here we're going to be moving our hands out to the side. We squeeze, back in. So we squeeze, that we pause, and back in. You can do a wee bit quicker pace. I'd rather get out, hold that wee squeeze on, I just feel it more in the shoulders as I do that. And again, if you want a wee bit more range of motion, just do one at a time and you'll find you get out a wee bit higher and back in. So you've got more of the band to work with, you get the hand up a wee bit higher. And again, if it's too easy, creep down. Exactly the same move. We squeeze and back in. Keeping the knuckles facing towards the ceiling. And you feel this on the side of the delt. Okay, so we're going to do a couple for the back of our shoulders. So the very first one, we're going to have our hands, guys, our knuckles facing away and our thumbs facing towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our elbows in nice and tight to our sides, and we're going to move our hands away from each other. And you're going to feel that just working the back of the shoulders. Don't let the elbows come out to the side. Make sure they stay in nice and tight, guys, okay? Again, if it feels too easy, keep the hands in this time. And there we go, I can feel that hitting the back of my shoulders. That's a nice wee warm up, guys, okay? So another way to work the back of the shoulders is we're going to bring this band up front. So we're going to have our knuckles facing towards the ceiling, and this time we're going to move our hands away from each other again. Keep the arms extended but not locked out. Keep it nice, just wee nice soft elbows. Bring it around, squeeze, and back in. We squeeze and back in. We're trying to keep our hands level. And try and think, guys, again, of the actual back of the shoulders working. If that's too easy, creep them hands in again. Keep them arms up at that same height the whole way through if we can. We squeeze and back in. And just focus on the muscles you're working. Back of shoulders, squeeze, back in. One more, and back in. So guys, that's the front of the shoulders. We've done the side, we've done the back, and we're going to do one more on all over move for our shoulder. Now this one, guys, would be on our knee. So we're going to bring our knee just over that band. Other leg out in front for balance. So from here, what I want you to do is bring your hand in underneath. Make sure that band's over behind the elbow. We're behind the elbow here, guys, but on the other side of the leg. Now we're keeping our hand in neutral position. We're not bringing our hand in this position. We're keeping our knuckles facing that direction there. Up nice and tall. Taking a breath in. As you breathe out, just press through. Keeping that hand in that neutral position. Keeping all that tension here on the shoulders. Right the way through. Right up we squeeze, and back down. Guys, if you want that a wee bit more difficult, then just get a thicker band for that one. Okay. Guys, 2 more moves to go. So biceps and then our triceps. So for our biceps, we're going to bring this underneath just 1 foot this time. We're going to have our hands level with each other, 1 foot behind, up nice and tall, core nice and tight. Now we don't want our elbows going out the side, we want to keep them by our side, okay? And we're going to keep our thumbs up, and this is called our hammer curl, okay? We're going to curl, squeezing the bicep at the top, lengthen the arms out as you return. Up guys, breathing out as you squeeze, breathing in as you return. Squeeze at the top, breathing in. And again guys, if it's too easy, keep them hands down. Make sure that band never pulls you off balance. Make sure you're up nice and tall all the way through. Squeeze at the top, breathe in, return. Up and that we squeeze, breathe in, return. Guys, our last one is for the back of the arms. So we're going to turn around guys so you can see. So guys, I didn't want to talk with my back to you. So in this one, we'll have the hand halfway up the back. Now if you want to add tension, all we do is draw that hand down towards the tailbone, stand up nice and tall, and then the hand behind the head is going to do all the work. Extending up overhead, squeeze at the top, and return in. Breathing out as you squeeze up. Right up overhead, that's your overhead extension. When you're finished, bring this hand back up. Now guys, if that's too easy, I want you then to start walking that hand up. And then exactly the same thing, we're going to lengthen that hand towards the tailbone, and now I've got a lot more tension and a lot more work to do. Squeezing up overhead, extend that hand, breathing out as I do. I'll do one more. And that's us finished guys. So about 10-12 moves here guys, doing all upper body. And as I say guys, keep tuning in. We'll hopefully get a whole class where we'll be doing all resistance band work from legs to core to upper body. And remember guys, I hope that you're able to keep tuning in and you're enjoying the sessions. Remember, stay safe and stay well, and thanks again. Bye.